in Melbourne last week, I caught up with my friend Steph Clark, who has been featured on this podcast when we're talking about going around the block to get next door. And she gave me part 2 of my birthday present, which was lovely. And it was this gorgeous little sort of purse keyring for my Apple AirTag. It's like on brand, like the color is like this beautiful green, which really complements my new branding. It's really thoughtful because I travel and I do have AirTags, stuff them in the suitcase, they can get lost. So now I've got this kind of beautiful encasing for my Apple AirTags. And it reminded me of a story. I remember seeing this on Oprah, on the Oprah show back in 2005, and I was just shocked by it. So in 2005, a lady named Sherry Schmeltzer, she's a stay-at-home mum, she's from Boulder, Colorado, and she began decorating her children's Crocs with colourful charms to personalise their shoes. I don't know if you remember this back in the day. I mean, it's really mainstream now, and it seems anyone with Crocs loves to customise them. But Crocs were out, they had these holes in them, if you know the Crocs shoes, and she began sort of creating these cool accessories and jewels to put in them. So what happened was, I think she made it for her daughter at school, and then everyone else started to, like parents of the kids started to buy them from her. So it started this little sort of backyard operation. Then her and her husband, Rich, founded Jibbitz, which was a business creating these accessories, and they were specifically designed for Crocs. And this business ended up getting, I think, a monthly revenue of $2 million. And then it was acquired a year later by Crocs. So Crocs actually acquired Jibbitz for $10 million with an additional $10 million contingent on future earnings. So just these 2 really quick examples, and then I'll give you a couple of more around this idea of kind of bolt-on businesses, or I think in the world of innovation, it's called piggyback innovation or derivative innovation. So it's where you create new products or services that either build upon an existing service or product, or they enhance existing ones. And with the AirPods example, I mean, we see that all the time with Apple products, the iPhone cases. These are all piggyback innovations where you put your AirPods in really cool cases for that and stickers, but they piggyback off an existing product like Apple. And this happens in every single area. And I really love it as an idea because I think a lot of the time when we focus on innovation and building products and services, we're always about like, okay, what can I create? What's the unique thing? But there's so much potential. And as you've seen at Jibbitz Crocs example, of actually just seeing what people are already buying and then thinking what else could improve this, what could complement it, what could make it easier, what could drive it towards a specific niche as well. So I was just thinking about this idea, and then maybe 2 days ago, I was on Amazon because I have Prime membership, and I was looking up Dan Koh's book, All About Focus. I listened to Dan Koh a lot. I really love his work. I was like, I'd love to read his book. I bought his book. And then it said, people that buy this book also buy the workbook. And I was like, I didn't know that he had a workbook. The workbook isn't by Dan Koh. What it is, it's published by this company called Evergreen Workshops. And I did buy this workbook, and I got it yesterday. I was like, this is so great. In it, they've got chapter summaries of Dan's book, and they've also got really great questions. It's a really nice A4 document. It's about 70 pages long. And I think what a really cool business model. I don't know if they're getting in trouble for it or what the intellectual property thing is on this, but I, as a consumer, I'm all here for it. And I'm thinking, damn it, like first of all, I should create my own workbook off the back of my 2-hour workshop blueprint. So that's a real call out for me. And in terms of maybe even AI or getting someone to help with doing that project, like getting it to write some quick chapter summaries. I've got all the prompt questions in the book already. Basically, it's just about adding some lined pages, some run sheets in there, my Spark sheets that I call them, and maybe a few sort of other checklists and templates that I could throw into this workbook just to have as a piggyback innovation for my own product. At the same time, this piggyback innovation doesn't need to be about profit. It can be about something else. And here's another example that came from Melbourne that I absolutely loved. I was staying at the Adelphi Hotel. I'm going to call them out. Beautiful boutique hotel right on Flinders Lane. And one night after day 1 of the conference, I was like, I got home by about 6:30, and I'm like, I don't really want to, by the time I want to update a few things for tomorrow's session that I really want to think about. I could go to a restaurant, but at the moment I just want to sit down and enjoy my room. And because it's the boutique hotel, they don't have a kitchen. What they actually say in their compendium is, if you order Uber Eats, let us know at reception and we will deliver it to your door. So the great thing about this is I'm in Melbourne. I have a selection of Melbourne restaurants, which if you don't know are absolutely amazing. So I went to town on the Uber Eats app. I made a quick decision because I was really hungry and got priority delivery. And then I rang reception. I was like, hey, I just feel bad about this, but like, is it okay if you deliver it to my room? And they're like, oh, absolutely. Like, we love doing this. And yeah, so the Uber delivery arrived. I didn't have to go downstairs, like, and get dressed up again. It was delivered right to my door on a tray with proper plate and cutlery and everything else. Oh, it just felt so indulgent. Now, why I said this isn't a profitable thing for this hotel, it kind of is though. What they recognised is, hey, we're in the middle of Melbourne. We don't really have the space. Having a kitchen and having an additional chef and staff set up for the restaurant will probably eat into our profits anyway. We've got Melbourne, we've got Uber Eats. Let's use this technology to our advantage. Let's piggyback off the back of that and give our clients a really great experience. So I love this idea of like, what is already out there and how can you add to that and prove it, differentiate it to make it valuable for the audience that you're targeting as well. So questions I have for you in terms of piggyback innovation. What's a product you use every day that you think couldn't be improved with a simple add-on? You're probably doing it already. You're probably using a tool. Like I remember I use something called Notion. And I mean, there's so many things you can do with it. That's kind of good and bad because you can customize it. But at the same time, it takes time to customize it. And so their piggyback innovation is they might have built templates within Notion that they then sell for profit. So what are you doing? Like, what adjustments are you making within a workflow to make something work for you? Maybe that's something that you could sell as a product to your client or a service. Is there a trend or a popular product that kind of lacks a secondary market? Is it focused in one area, but you think, hey, I can bring this into the work that I do? And what's something that people are already hacking together that actually could become a product? And maybe look at as well internally. I mean, I just saw that workbook and I'm like, why the hell do I not have a workbook now? It's just giving my clients, people that like my book, another medium to help them design their workshops and just adding value that way. Thanks, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.